shining the light on the world. I grew up in no name dirt roads, about to get torn up, all going down in a town you never heard of. Hey everybody, welcome to the Common Folk Podcast with Ben, Morgan, and Andy.
Well, welcome back to Common Folk.
Let's go. The podcast for the people, by the people. Feeling good today.
Feeling good?
Good.
Yeah.
Having a good kickoff to the week or what?
Kickoff to the summer, man. It's been a great summer.
This is the end of the summer, though, is the problem.
Wait, when most people say kick off, that means like you're starting something
Yeah, like
off.
the beginning of the
so
week.
yours is the kick over because the summer's almost over.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I've been having a good time since the kickoff of summer.
Oh, okay. I see.
And on
He's
top
just
of
been
that,
in party mode all summer,
well,
basically.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm just
good.
just celebrating life over here, I guess.
I like it.
But this is also like probably my favorite like time of year because we're still holding on to summer, and it's like the perfect weather to go boating, go camping, whatever, because it's warmer out. But man, football is here. Volleyball is here.
Ooh.
So it's a really and baseball is starting to like matter. Like baseball season's way too long, and now they're having meaningful games. You could say
So football started?
it's about to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like practices and stuff. For
They're-
colleges, they're already doing that.
I know all the NFL teams have reported and have started like their mini camps.
Okay.
And, all the big conferences have had their media days. So all the shit talking between conferences,
Yeah.
that's all started, and that's also a fun time.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess high school is about to start. So yeah,
Yeah, it's all coming up.
crazy.
I was thinking about football the other day because we're just coming off of
football?
we're just coming off of the World Cup. So
Oh,
I was
football.
I was thinking about soccer, and I was thinking about like, man, just looking at like the worldwide involvement and excitement the World Cup brought, and then I was thinking about NFL football and like how crazy it gets here in the United States, but then I was trying to picture like what would a European, say if we were asking them about American football.
Yeah.
Like, do they think it's just the dumbest thing on the planet, or like what's the difference in the mentality?
That's kind of funny because I think I brought him up before, but Ivan, he was our foreign exchange student from Spain.
Okay.
He was a big rugby player.
Yeah.
And his coach and his team was kind of ticked off that basically his senior year of rugby, he wasn't going to be there because he was going to be a student abroad in the United States.
Yeah.
And he said his coach, like his parting shot was, "Go off, you pussy, and put on pads and like the American football, real football. We don't wear pads here."
Oh, nice.
And I see it. There's another side to the story there.
It's wild when you think about it, like how football has gained so much excitement and steam in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a weird like primal thing. I think at the core of it, I was thinking about this too, where the ancient Romans always had the Colosseum, and those games were just brutal. You went there hoping for carnage, right?
Yeah.
And this is just an evolved form of that. We're still all just going to the Colosseum to watch people tackle and run into each other and cause havoc.
It's I probably don't want to get into this, but have I ever told you about my theory on football, where it came from?
No. This will be okay. Well, yeah, no.
I guess we might as well
let's
get
do
into
it.
it.
We're going down this road.
Wait, what?
So,
have I heard this?
When I think back through the history of the United States, and obviously this is a United States game,
Yes.
and I think about all those questions that I just asked, like why did it never catch on anywhere else? Why is it exclusively here? All these kinds of things.
Yeah.
What I go back to is the slave trading days in the U.S. and the Mandingo fighting.
Oh,
Are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
Very much so. Yeah.
So we've talked about.
I am not though. So
You're taking this down one hell of
Yeah.
a road
I
here.
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know if I really want to go here or not, but I'm going. So,
You're here.
Okay.
Django.
Yeah,
Right, we've talked about
and
Django.
Yep, Django
I
and
hate
Chain.
Morgan
that
doesn't like
movie.
it, but you remember the scene where the slaves were fighting in the den with
It's the worst scene.
DiCaprio, right? He's the
The plantation owner,
yep.
your prototypical white
it was
slave
DiCaprio,
owner.
right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 And these guys are like betting on these two fighting in the den in front of the fireplace, just beating the piss out of each other. They pick the biggest guys on the plantation, and they're all doing their thing. Mm-hmm. And then when it's over, they're like, you get this man a beer, or whatever. And they like reward them, and then they get to go do their thing or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Football is modern day Mandingo fighting. Like we go out, we collect the biggest, toughest dudes in the country. We get them all together. We have them fight in front of us.
Yes.
We cheer, we laugh, we celebrate, we pound beers, we do all the things.
A lot of beer.
Then they go away from the event space, and they're hurt, and they have to recover, and they probably need cortisone shots and all the other things, right? Yep. Like there's so many parallels to that for me. And then when I look at like it's a U.S. thing. Well, Mandingo and slavery was a U.S. thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. There might be some history of that, maybe in some other countries, but that all to me all kind of plays together, and I'm like, that's where this came from.
But then they just wanted to like throw pads on there to make it feel safer, or what?
Yeah. Also, to throw another parallel in it, one of the things they used to do was pull the men from the different plantations.
And fight against each other.
And bring them together, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
I bet
it was
that'd
like
be a huge pissing contest between the owners.
So it was like team Southeast Georgia versus team North Central Alabama.
Right.
Oh, my God.
In the Mandingo ring.
This is it.
It's the Big
Good
Ten
theory,
versus the
Ben.
SEC.
Yeah. Like they would bring their best from their own region, so I don't know. To me, it was just like this totally makes sense. This is where is where football evolved from.
Okay, so this is what I heard, and this was I hate to throw a guy under the bus here, but this was a pregame speech from a first-year assistant football coach when we were in college.
Okay.
And we were on the road, and my junior and senior year, we basically bankrolled Peru State College athletics. We played like 5 games against higher class, and we got paid to basically go on the road and get the snot kicked out of us.
Yes.
But it was still fun. We got to go play big schools on a big platform, right? Like that was the selling point.
Well, that's how it works.
Yeah. So,
little school needs money, so.
Yep, and the bigger school needs a notch a win.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So we're on the road. I think we're playing the University of South Dakota, and it was the night before. We all got there, we unloaded, and we're all going through our team and our position drills and stuff, pregame meetings and stuff night before. And our new coordinator is like, you guys know where football came from? You know where it originated from? And we're like, no, please indulge us. Tell us. This ought to help us win tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we're going to hear it anyways.
And his story was that soldiers suffering from PTSD and needing to fill this void of violence from World War I. When they came home from the first major war, they needed an outlet. Like they were just getting in fights, drinking a bunch of beer, ripping people out into the streets and beating the shit out of each other. And so what ended up happening was this evolution of a game where they just kind of threw a ball back and forth. It wasn't rugby, kind of like what you saw overseas. It became America's own type of rugby football, and that was his story. And he fumbled through it way worse than what I just did there, trying to tell this story. Like we're all sitting there like, what the hell is this guy getting at and talking about? Anyway, there's violence, and you guys got to play with that violence tomorrow because that's where this came from, and if you want to hang in there. So like, okay, we got it, Coach. Thank you.
Got it.
So was it like was it supposed to be a motivational speech, or do you think he actually believed that?
I think he believed it, like he came across that, and he wanted to somehow spin that in a way where that was the fervor, that was the tenaciousness that we needed to play the game. Like we're going to war, or like we're coming back from war and we saw some things and we need to fill that void. We need to punch our way out of this or something.
So just a quick Google search on the dates. It says American football started in 1869. Rutgers and Princeton played the first college game, which later evolved through rules created by Walter Camp in the 1880s. And the founding of the NFL in 1920.
So that would have been after the Revolutionary War.
So it's close, yeah. So I looked up that date. So it says 1869 was first game, 1880s was rule, like kind of changes or like put in place, and then 1920 was NFL, World War I was 14 to 18, so NFL would have been 2 years after World War One. Mm-hmm. So it would kind of fit that timeline.
Yeah. So, and maybe he was talking about a different war, but whatever. It was, It was guys still had that violence bug in them.
Yeah.
Well, what time frame are we talking about for your favorite movie, Django?
Well, that was in the 1800s too.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it before all of this, 1869? So then that would have kind of made sense and manifested from that, or like when did slaves become
1858?
Yeah, so before.
It all comes back to that the Colosseum and that need and that want or drive. I think it kind of says something about the human psyche, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, we're looking for a refined way to enjoy violence.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was what Mandingo fighting was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you look at that scene in Django, like they've got all the fancy stuff. They're drinking the best whiskeys. They got big cigars. They're all dressed up nice. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a waitress walking around.
Yep.
So the date on that, where this kind of falls in place, is it says American football started in 1869. Django was set in 1858, 10 years earlier.
So before
it's kinda, man, I don't know. You keep finding the evidence, and it just keeps.
I mean, look at this, Mr. Smarty over here.
I would say UFC fighting, boxing, taekwondo matches. I think that you could say all evolved in, or I don't know, kind of a give and take there with your timelines.
You know what else tips me off to it? Like the more I think about it, I think about more and more things that are parallels. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stop with this one. In the Mandingo fighting, right? You got DiCaprio. He's the rich white guy sitting there watching all this, like looking down on everybody, like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. What happens in NFL football? For the most part, who are the guys that own the teams, sitting up in the pretty boxes with just mostly blank stares on their face until their boys beat somebody? Like it's the same damn thing.
It's part of the broadcast. You need to see during a Dallas Cowboys game. You need to zoom in on Jerry Jones and his kids after they score a touchdown or after they throw an interception. You know, and you get to see the reaction of the owners in the owners' suite up there. You know, them pumping their fists, high fiving, or the other way.
Right.
Wait, how did we get here from vacation?
Well, we were talking about football. Football's about ready to kick off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Now, I do want okay. You know, I told you I'm feeling good, and you're not going to bring me down off of this high.
Yep.
It's also evolved into, I think, a lot of positive things. When you're talking about, I don't think there's a better sport in that you could actually teach and actually showcase being a good teammate. It's Bill Belichick, like him, love him, hate him, whatever, but he hammered home, just do your job. When all 11 guys on your side of the ball does their job and does it to perfection, you're going to get a first down. Mm-hmm. You're going to score a touchdown. But it takes all 11 guys, everybody on the coaching staff being in unison, working towards the same goal. I think that's a beautiful thing. It's a great teaching tool, especially for youngsters, because, I mean, it's like less than 2% of little boys in America are going to go on to play professional football.
Sure, yeah.
You know, but a huge part of that population plays middle school, high school football, even college football. Yeah. And I think it's a wonderful teaching tool for real life experiences. I mean, if I'm a wide receiver, I want to pass the ball every goddamn time, and I want the pass to come to me. Mm-hmm. But you got to understand, we got to establish a run. We need to run the football. We got to get this first down.
Right.
Maybe
there's a bigger picture.
There's a bigger picture.
Yeah.
And if I can just serve my role and, you know, be happy enough with it, be happy with the win, right? Whether I get 5 passes thrown my way or 0.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fantastic teaching tool in that regard. And that's kind of what, and when I do these post-game interviews after high school and small college broadcasts, that's the first thing that all coaches talk about, you know, is the buy-in from the players. Like, we wouldn't be here, I got to thank my players. Sure. And it's true. Like, it's coaches speak, but it's true. Like, he wouldn't get, I wouldn't be interviewing him after the game, after the win, if it weren't for his players buying into it and doing what he laid out there for him to do.
Yeah.
So.
What I think is interesting with football is how much in the last few years flag football's caught on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm seeing it everywhere now.
It's like a college sport now, isn't it? Or Olympic sport?
It seems like it, yeah.
Probably, yeah. There's a lot more leagues that I see going on.
Yeah, but I think that's great, and you get to show athleticism and this and that. But it doesn't have tackling. It doesn't have blocking.
Right. Yeah.
It's capped there.
Yep.
You want to hear a roar of a crowd.
Yeah.
Get everybody going. You flatten a quarterback when he's about ready to hit an open receiver down the
yeah.
seam. So
so
that's funny.
What we were going to talk about was like you said, summer's kind of coming to an end. Change of seasons, those kinds of things. We were chatting a little bit about like summer vacations and what people have been doing and kind of what you have done in the past. Like I was thinking back today on like summer vacations from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like movies. Like I got this, National Lampoon's Vacation pulled up, where they go to Wally World or whatever it is. Like
punches the moose.
Yeah, that's like the quintessential like old school family vacation road trip.
Oh yeah.
I don't know do you think people are doing a lot of road trips nowadays?
I think so. I think there's still a demand for it, and you're starting to see a lot of different types of vans and campers, and there's a whole industry now where you rent RVs.
Yeah.
So it must still be a thing. The family road trip vacation.
Yeah. The old family truckster.
I mean, you would rather drive anywhere. I would rather jump on a plane. So
yeah,
I don't want to take 24 hours to just be driving somewhere. That sounds stupid.
Well, there's things to see on the way, though, right?
But that's what the old family road trip was.
I know, but I think I got
wasn't
burnt out
about
from that.
exactly where you were going, right? It
Yeah.
wasn't about the destination. It was about the trip there.
Yeah, but do you think kids want to be in a car for a long time? The answer is hell to the no.
I think
they do not. No. Kid wants to sit in a car for 8 to 12 to 24 hours. Y'all are lying to yourselves.
No, you haven't even let me finish yet.
You both said no.
I think
or you said yes.
That the fact that the kids you have to go through that is just part of like the coming of age.
But
like
every year?
I don't think people do it every year.
Okay, so I think I got like some PTSD from that.
I think most people in America probably couldn't afford like an every year thing like that, but they might do it every
we had a camper, like a little pop-up camper, so we'd pull it or we'd go to Colorado. It all was fine and dandy when you got there, but ain't nobody going to want to sit in the car.
So you're alluding to trips that you did when you were a kid. So what did you guys do?
I mean, we did that. A lot of that. We went to South Dakota. We went to, and here's the other thing I was going to bring up.
Badlands, Reptile Garden,
I mean,
Bear
it's
Country.
Great. Like my parents did a lot of vacations.
You did I-90.
Call me spoiled, whatever. They weren't like, oh, luxurious. We weren't staying in mansions or, they didn't have VRBOs or whatever. It was nice. But like, I'm telling you right now, I don't remember half the vacations I went on that my sisters were like, oh, we went there. And I'm like, I don't remember that.
You compartmentalized it into this like do not go space in your
head.
No,
I don't even know if it's that. I guess my point is, to me, those didn't make huge impacts where they did for my family. There's certain families, like I have a sister, she loves to go on vacations, which is wonderful. And maybe that was because we did so many. I might be the other part where I'm like, I don't know that I need to go.
Were you too young? Like,
no. Like they're like, oh, you don't remember us going to see? I'm like, no, I don't remember that.
Did you guys stop? Like, did you guys plan on going somewhere and like do the stops along the ways?
Because you have to have a picture. Then if you went to South Dakota, you have to have that picture of you and your sisters on a big dinosaur or on that giant jackalope at Wall Drug. Everybody has that picture with their kids.
I don't know. Probably. I bet
we ask your mom, she can dig it up for us.
Mining for gold or something somewhere. Like all those things. And anyways, it's all great. And I am grateful for it. But I just feel like as a parent now, we're not big vacation people. Well, like we like a vacation, but we don't do them a lot. Our kids did competitive sports, so our money went towards that. And so
there's a lot of travel.
The girls traveled with that. So like that was kind of a mini vacation, but yet it wasn't a family of 5 of us vacation.
When I think back on it, like I was thinking about this earlier today, I feel like we as parents have done a lot of things right, but those family trips we missed the mark on. But then I wasn't thinking about
really? You thought that?
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking about sports until you just said that, because that was a lot of the conversations that we had was like, well, this summer we've got to go to Colorado for
Florida, Tennessee,
a 4-day
Texas.
tournament or whatever.
Right.
And that was
our money.
How we traveled. So, and that also kind of makes me a little like angry at kids' sports,
The more you dive into it, the more you're seeing like we're all just being led through the nose. Like these AAU groups, they broker deals with towns, and the towns broker deals with hotels, and all the soccer tournaments, little league baseball tournaments that they can bring in. The more and more money they generate for their city, so their city opens it up. It's all just, I don't want to call it a scam, but and there's good things that happen from that,
there is good things, but it's expensive.
And you're having a little bit of the wool pulled over your eyes.
That's kind of like the same memory over and over.
Yeah.
Like going to a soccer tournament, going to a soccer tournament, going to a soccer tournament, as opposed to going to Mount Rushmore.
Yep. Going to bear country.
Yeah. Going to the Indian caves or, whatever.
Whatever.
Each thing that would be around here.
To backpedal a little bit, I'm kind of with Ben on this one, where that living hell that is everybody stuffed in a minivan or a station wagon, like we went on our family vacation. That's just your dues. You got to pay that.
Yeah.
If you want to get to Reptile Garden in South Dakota and pet the goddamn tortoise, you got to sit next to your little brother who's been farting because you stopped at frickin' Taco John's.
But why does that have to be part of it?
No, that's just it. That's just the way it is. I don't make these rules.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly,
how are you going to appreciate Reptile Garden unless you have to go through it like that?
Yeah. Yeah. True.
And honestly, it does sound, as you're saying this, even bad. Like my dad is so illegal, but we had a van and he would take the middle seat out.
Yeah.
And so we would be able to lay in it. And he made this thing where he would put a TV and a VCR in the corner and we could all lay down. But then if he saw a cop, he'd be like, cop, 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 cop.
Get down.
So we would like, or if it was like we were in town, it was a little, scary, a lot of stopping, we would have to get back in the seat. So that does sound super spoiled. But there was still something about,
that's fun. No,
I
that's
have
just
such a hard time being in a car. I always got car sick, so maybe that had something to do with it. But I don't know that kids really just want to do that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care what they want. I don't care what the parents want. If you want to do a family vacation, cram yourselves in a car.
But is that not hell for the parents too, as the kids are fighting in the back? That's like saying,
you got to go through hell to get to heaven, or whatever however that's saying.
No, and Ben, you would like say this. It's like making everybody go to Disney World. Like that's the worst vacation ever.
I'm definitely not down.
You
with
know
Disney.
what I mean? It's rough because like. I guess it's, to me, when we're talking about parallels, like that's the same thing.
The one saving grace for me between like Disney and a trip to the Black Hills is that Disney's going to be like 5 times more expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go spend 5 times more of the money and be even more mad.
More disappointed.
So you want to spend less and
then
still
if
be
I
mad.
just get in the truck and I drive to South Dakota and go walk through the whatever.
Yeah, there's also every exit on once you get past a certain point on I-90 across South Dakota, there's a mysterious caves. There's the Badlands.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
But like, what is the point? What to you? Let me ask this: is the point of a vacation for your family? What would you say that like you want to show something to your kids, or what's the point of it?
Yeah, I think that, and also exactly what it's talking about. It's time for us to take a break and do a little trip, and also expose the kids to something new, something different.
Okay.
Maybe they'll learn something. Maybe they'll enjoy something.
Yeah.
I like to think that maybe there might be a memory baked in there somewhere that they can draw back to. It didn't work for you, I guess.
No.
But now that we're talking about it, that sounds pretty cool. The van that you're that.
Yeah, I mean there are some memories, but
neat.
I think the biggest one was just traveling. That was just not fun.
No, of course it's not.
I think
what do you think it is for you?
We did those little trips, and that's why I keep referencing like South Dakota or Missouri. Like what's the
Branson?
Branson.
You did Branson?
Yeah. Yep.
As a kid, I always thought that was an adult thing.
No, there's so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So much stuff there.
And I don't remember a lot of things from childhood for whatever reason. There's just like little details and stuff I don't remember. But there's some certain things I do remember, and like one of them is Branson and having a baseball bat made Did you ever? Have you ever been to Branson?
That was our summer vacation this year. That was our first big family
that's what
vacation.
you did. Okay.
So hopped in the van and drove all the way there.
We'll talk about that in a second. So did you see, were they making ball bats doing that anymore?
I did not see that.
So
that
it was like
awesome.
they were hand making wooden bats. They were turning them on a lathe. Yep.
Yeah.
And then they would burn in them whatever you want. So I got my name burned in it and all that. I was a baseball player.
That's pretty cool.
So I got this bat. I'm like, man, this is cool. I never had a wood bat. I come back home. I think we had like a wood bat tournament or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I brought it, and it wasn't even close to everyone else's like store-bought wood bat.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It was not a playing bat. I was like, God dang it.
It was heavy. It was like way too heavy. It wasn't slick, hard to hold.
But it was so cool. I totally remember that bat. I remember him making it. I remember, everyone goes and takes the old-timey Western photo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have one of those.
Yeah, there was always those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Like that was... Those are some memories that I have. So we would do those trips. Like I said, Branson, South Dakota. We went to, I remember Mount Rushmore. I really remember exploring a lot of the caves. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Like seeing the water under the caves and stuff. We did a little bit of that in Tennessee with our kids.
Yeah.
What else? I remember a trip we went to Pikes Peak. We stayed in Colorado one time. My parents had this cool like new Nissan sports car. They thought, like it was like bad, right?
Okay.
5-speed, stick shift, fast car, like all this stuff.
You drove it all the way out there?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and you're talking about a 2-door sports car, right? Mm-hmm. It was a family of 4.
Oh my God! So you just stuffed in the back there?
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, and we were kind of little.
That sounds miserable.
And I remember we had the big video camera. Right, that used the big VHS.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that thing.
And I always thought it was so cool to operate that thing. My parents would let me, so I'd walk around and be video and stuff. And like the only thing you could do is like zoom in and out. So like you'd do that all the time, like 4X, just to like add a little like, I don't know, pizzazz to the video. Mm-hmm. But so we go to Pikes Peak, and people, Pikes Peak is kind of like a fun drive, and they've got races on it and all that, like getting to the top of Pikes Peak.
Really? Okay. So
my dad gets in there in the sports car. And he's just hauling ass up this thing. I mean, this car's getting it.
Yeah.
And you get all the way to the top, and it was like summer, but it's snowy up there. Mm-hmm. And then they have like gift shops, and they make homemade donuts up there. So we're eating, we're having snowball fights, doing all kinds of stuff. Then we get back in the car and back down the mountain as fast as we were coming up. About halfway, I was like, you guys are going to have to stop. I'm going to throw up. And I don't remember what happened, but if they didn't believe me or something, I don't know what. And I'm sitting behind the passenger seat, basically brand new car.
Yeah.
Puke all over it.
See, that's a great memory. That's a family vacation core memory right there. I love this.
And then they stop and get out, and it stinks so bad my mom starts throwing up.
Oh, that's great. That's like a skit. Like you can't even make that up.
Yeah. So we're on the side of the mountain.
Stop.
I remember like down in the pine trees, and my dad's trying to clean the car out or whatever. And then I remember we went the rest of the way down the mountain and went into a parking lot of like what I would imagine of like a Walmart or something like that at the time. I don't think there was Walmart, whatever it was. And I remember my parents just cleaning this car because it was a new car, and they were just trying to get everything out of it. And I was like,
oh my God, I bet you felt horrible.
Yeah.
But what the heck? Why didn't they pull over? Yeah, they probably were like, well, we're almost there.
Yeah.
It's just so focused out in on the road, hugging the churns.
Yeah. Family vacations like that, I remember. And there was a lot of stuff that probably like sucked, the trip there and all that kind of stuff. But I personally don't really remember the things that sucked.
But see, like I would always get sick, like always throwing up. I mean, you had altitude then too with Colorado.
Oh yeah,
so,
well we went all the way to the top of Pikes Peak too.
Yeah. Changing elevation.
So any of your kids get sick? When you went to Branson?
No,
because I feel like there's always a kid that has motion sickness or car sickness.
No, you know, Ozzy does get a little motion sickness here and there. But no, everyone held it together. I think it's just because, tip of the cap to Ashley. I think we did a really good job scheduling it out and figuring out fun and different things for them to do that they would enjoy.
Yeah.
And we kind of broke it up where I found a fun little hamburger diner.
Yeah.
On the outskirts of Kansas City, which was like exactly the halfway point of like a 6-hour trip. That was a 3-hour mark. And God, I bet you can look it up. I forget the name of this place. But their niche was they were big into trains and steam engines. And so like a little model steam engine, like on Mr. Rogers, would constantly be driving on tracks above all the tables throughout the restaurant, and it would stop and drop off your burgers. And
no way.
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
It was so neat. Yeah, and
it's kind of like the sushi train when people get sushi or whatever, but like it's a burger train.
Is it Fritz's Railroad Restaurant?
Yes, Fritz's. Shout out Fritz's. And
that's cool.
And we all figured, Ashley and I figured, like, this is going to be a shitty burger and it's going to be really expensive.
But we're here for the experience.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. Real hamburgers that tasted like something you or I would make, in the backyard. And the prices were really low.
Really?
Compared to what we thought it would be. So
that's awesome.
That was a great start to our vacation.
Yeah.
And then they all got little hats, and there's a little quarter machine where they could ride a steam engine on the front there. So it was fantastic. And for us to start our vacation with that and it working out and, getting a good burger in too. So no, it was, I would have to say all three of our kids really enjoyed just about every moment of our trip. I mean, I think they did. I hope they did.
Yeah. So, right.
Yeah.
What did you guys like the best about Branson?
Well, there's just so much to do there. Yeah. And we did quite a bit. I would say that everyone's favorite thing was probably we bought this big old package where we got on these golf carts, and it held all five of us in this tricked out golf cart, and it was like a cave tour, drove around the side of the mountain.
Wow.
They had little beer stops for the adults.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was their own little brewery. It was great. And some of those caves were just phenomenal to drive through and look at, and you just see in a different part of the country. We're overlooking, there's a couple of rivers that cut through Branson there, isn't there? Or a couple of bodies of water, whatever. So it was just beautiful scenery. And we're kind of an outdoorsy family.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of the highlight for all of us.
And it was good weather.
Yeah.
Like not rainy or.
That even worked out for us.
Oh, sweet.
So the day before we left, we couldn't go on this golf cart tour, this cave tour, because there was a storm in the area and lightning bolts kept striking, and they wouldn't let us out on the mountainside in a golf cart.
Right.
So we had to go back to head back to town, and we wouldn't have done this aquarium because, around Omaha, we have the world's greatest aquarium here.
Exactly.
That was our attitude anyway. But they had twilight pricing, and we thought, what the heck, let's do this. And that was great.
And the kids liked it.
It had a bunch of STEM type of stuff, like puzzles, and every little part of the aquarium had like a different feature for the kids to get into. And it was just fantastic. And we never would have done that had we not got rained out the day before. And then we were able to do that tour. It was like the last thing we did on our way home.
Okay.
So it was really, I don't know, we couldn't have asked for a better family vacation. And I do believe it is kind of like what you make it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you kind of go into it, this is the first time we didn't have we had a blueprint, but we wanted to be flexible.
Okay.
So if something weren't going to work, we weren't going to be disappointed or upset, we'll just find something else to do.
Yes.
And man, Branson, there's always something else to do.
Okay.
We found that out.
I bet we've been there. That might be one I haven't. I don't remember.
Yeah.
We did the mountainside roller coaster. We did zip lining. They got a water crazy ass. I'm thinking
like
of
a water park thing.
Yeah, they got water parks, but no. In Las Vegas, in front of the Bellagio, those water fountains.
Yeah,
they have a water fountain show every night that's played to music on the hour.
Okay.
So we'd always try to catch that at least once a night. And there's restaurants all around the wharf there and the dock or whatever it is. And I don't know, we just kind of played it by ear and did a bunch of different things and had a lot of fun.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We did have to sit through a timeshare spiel.
Oh, really?
Oh, man.
Oh, you did that?
I'll tell you what. It solidified why no one should ever think about buying a timeshare.
Really?
For us.
Yeah, I always hear those commercials. You want to get out of a timeshare?
Right.
Call this guy.
Yeah. Oh, man. But even that for the kids was really awesome because the kids were always, you could tell, was a way that parents got out of the whole tour. The kids are too much, we got to go. So they have this whole daycare center built for the kids with Xboxes, arts and crafts, Paw Patrol movies, whatever your kids want. So the kids actually enjoyed that hour and a half or whatever it was quite a bit. Like we had to like pull them out of there.
You guys were like, we're done with this, and they're not.
Yeah, it was like no parents and whatever you wanted to do. You know, no one to tell you what to do. So like, even that was kind of fun for the kids.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Those trips were pretty fun. Even I know some things that weren't like maybe a vacation, but like a shorter, like go camping somewhere for the weekend or whatever. Yeah. Like we've done some of that with the kids. That was always fun.
Yeah.
I remember doing that with my parents.
Those staycations, I think they're underrated. Are a variation of a staycation.
Yeah.
We just kind of did that. Drove back home and took the boat and put it on, we call it Fort Randall Dam, Francis St. Case Lake or whatever up there in South Dakota next to our ranch. Just different scenery, different lake, different boating experience. And the kids were talking about it this morning. We got to go back. We got to go back to Lynch and get the boat in on that lake.
Oh, you're like, good. You remembered. Yeah.
Whenever I was younger, a lot of years, I would go to Georgia with my grandparents because a lot of our family was down there. So we'd travel down there for a few weeks or whatever. And like the thing I always looked forward to the most, like it was a long drive. That was like,
oh wow, yeah,
that was a long drive. That
probably
was like,
what,
I don't know,
18?
15, whatever hours. Was when we got far enough out of Omaha, we were like starting to get into the South where the Cracker Barrels started popping up. So they'd take my grandparents. That would be like the first stop would be a Cracker Barrel. I couldn't wait to eat at those places.
Yeah,
because we didn't have that then, and then they moved
there
here.
There wasn't any one within like, I think it was like. I think I remember seeing like the St. Louis Arch, and then it was like a little ways after that.
Then you knew the Cracker Barrel was within reach.
Oh my gosh, that's
it's still good
funny.
food, right? It's still good
it's
food.
great. Yeah. And then you got to walk around that little shop and
we've talked about that before.
Get the knickknacks.
Podcast.
I just remember the talking parrot every time you walked by him. He'd you could buy me.
All this makes me think, though, I would like to ask the kids if they remember, like, again, I think the girls would probably say a lot of their cheer and soccer stuff. Well, but,
wouldn't have you been on kind of the front end of that? I mean, you played on a very competitive volleyball team.
Yeah.
And summer camps and all AAU, like Nebraska's kind of one of the kingpins as far as volleyball, high school, middle school, grade school volleyball goes. So was that kind of some of your mini vacations, you would say, is traveling and volleyball during the summer?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that. And maybe that's where my motion sickness started. Jasa drove us to California in your mother-in-law's van.
How fun was that?
And there wasn't enough seats for us. So we would have to take turns laying on the luggage in the back. And one was on the floor. Like, I still can't believe my parents allowed us to do that. Because it was the 2 bucket seats.
You got to win a state championship.
It was her and her boyfriend up front, 2 bucket seats, and then the third row. And then we had the table in there.
Yeah.
And then one would sit on the floor, and someone would lay on the luggage on the back.
Was that that old blue van?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
You remember
that damn thing.
So anyways, I just remember always getting so sick in there and asking to sit in the front with the window open so I wouldn't be sick. But
Jasa's driving does that to a lot of people. So,
anyways, now since you bring it up, maybe that's who knows? I think there was just
bottom of it
there's just a lot of but a lot of traveling with volleyball. So fun with all the the girls and all the stuff. But even younger than that with my parents. My dad loved to drive, and we took that pop-up camper a lot of places. But I always feel like once we got there, we always made friends with like whoever was parked next to us. The kids are running around. There's fun times, but I'd probably need to just stop.
Did your parents always have a minivan? Weren't they pulling it with a minivan?
Yeah.
Like
we always had a minivan.
Down the road, pulling the camper.
My mom had a minivan when we were all gone from the house. Like, who needs a minivan still?
Whoever invented minivans, man, like, they could have done such a better job.
Like how?
I don't know, but give them some style or something. Do you remember the Chevy Astro minivan?
Oh, yeah.
That was like kind of one of the original ones?
Yeah, kind of boxy thing.
That thing was cool.
Yeah.
And like even now today, like people will customize those things, and there's like cool stuff you can do.
Like an Astro van.
That's what I'm saying. An Astro. Yeah.
GMC.
Was it the Chevy Astro?
It was a GMC Astro, wasn't it?
Well, I guess it could have been. It was probably both.
It's so cool. My uncle had one.
I've always said,
yeah, Chevy Astro.
It's the van.
Yeah.
It's the. I always wanted the van doors. So if you could give me van doors on a Tahoe, sold.
Okay, all right.
Like, you know what I mean? Them sliding back, because then no one's hitting the car next to it. That's why parents love.
Yeah.
Well, we can just pull up in this skinny lot and whatever. We're not worried about the car flying open or denting, whatever.
Yeah.
But the shape and I think it was just the style.
It was just to make it all cheaper and compact and still squeeze everybody in there.
Yeah, I get how there. Anyways,
dude, there's one on a used car website right now.
Stop! We're not buying a van.
89,000 original miles on it. It's custom fabricated to be a camper, and it's under $15,000. Might have to think about firing back up the family road trip.
So that old blue van, Ashley named that thing Babe the Blue Box.
Okay.
Because it was just a big blue box.
It had curtains in it.
And it just died. Like like they're like, yeah, it'll run, but it needs this, and this. Okay, yeah, right. But I always had a dream to okay, we're going to do this, and this. It's going to, and just know that, bite the bullet, it's going to take a little bit to get this thing running again. But I wanted to put a wrap on it or a custom paint job and make it into a turtle van.
Oh, yeah.
That would have worked.
And and you put the dumb weapons on top and the turtle shell is the roof of it.
That was the only thing that made vans cool was when the turtle one hit the scene.
Yeah. So, but that I have no idea where that van is nowadays. Probably in the field
be in
somewhere.
some lot. Yeah, in the creek.
But there's other vans we could turn into the turtle van. How fun would that be? Like, and then put it in parades and stuff.
Hell yeah, it'd be awesome.
Ooh, that could be your part-time job.
Well, just
I don't know how it'd get paid.
That's our summer.
But
how fun would that be? Like, that's every summer you're gonna pick some town in some random state, and you're just gonna enter your turtle van as one of the parade floats and not even have to do anything, just drive it through.
Just drive it.
And then you get to experience that small town's little festival or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Man, there's a ton of these available
oh my gosh.
with low miles.
Now he's scrolling vans, Andy.
Nice.
I could go with an Astro, but the other ones, no.
They're so practical. The Astro.
Yeah, and a lot of them were
they
manual transmissions.
They look like a creeper van, like with the blacked out and then the white in the back.
Those ones are like the work. That's like the work version.
I don't like that. That's scary.
So my uncle's van, it was so cool. He had it forever, and like he would have his scuba diving gear in the back there, his turkey hunting gear in the back there, and you just reminded me of like one of the funniest stories or things I ever witnessed. You're talking about that big van, the big video camcorder
the VHS.
that you basically had to put on your shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the small one. He had one, and he was just tinkering around with it while he was driving. And he's driving down the highway there between we recognized it, Highway 12 between Bristow and Lynch. And he is just a straight on, like a dash camera almost, before dash cameras. Thing. And he's just talking, and you can hear the local radio station playing. And he goes, "Oh, and look, there's Paul Spencer," and there was the car driving at him. And he just like followed it like this, and just kept going like panorama view. And then then it goes all the way to the back window, and he's filming Paul drive away down the highway. And like 3 seconds into that, we're like, "Who's driving?
Who's steering?
Who's watching where you're going?" But yeah.
Did he run off the road, or everything was good?
No, he was good.
Oh, that's funny. Oh man.
That is wild.
Well, we started with some,
I think
and then ended with something.
I think what I would say is, for people listening to this, if you still have young kids like what you do, Andy, definitely
lock them up, drive them.
Yeah,
for 8 hours.
Think about putting together the family road trip if you haven't already. Like, it might sound like a nightmare.
Don't worry if they get sick.
And it might be a nightmare.
Right, of course.
But 10 years, 20 years, 30 years later, you're going to be looking back fondly at it.
Something my father said to me a couple of years ago, and it's just kind of stuck with me. to have a good time, to have a lot of fun, it takes effort.
Yeah.
It takes effort to have fun.
Yeah.
So just look at it that way.
Yeah.
You know, what do you want to make it?
Yeah. Right.
I like it. Well,
there you go.
That's summer vacations. Guess.
Well, speaking of that, we went on a vacation. That was fun too.
Yeah. Did you guys
we
fly
talked
down?
about vacation.
What did you guys do?
Yeah, we did fly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ben would have drove, but my parents always do something for the family, like every 3 years. So they kind of just slot away money.
Okay.
They paid for it all, flights, everything.
Well, that's awesome.
So we do that. And so there were 19 of us that were in this big old house on the water in Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Yeah,
okay.
Destined. So it was it was super fun. We had a great time, and I mean, I'm super appreciative. Like, I would love to be that parent one day, shelling out a ton of money for a big old family. You know, like it's just good times. Yeah, my sister came, both of them, and all their kids. All of our kids are running around together, and so we did meals and. Everyone took a night. And,
big old cookouts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So we always kind of do that.
Cool.
Our last one 3 years ago, we went to Colorado and had a big cabin up there.
Oh, nice. So you change it up too. Then.
Exactly. This time
cool.
my dad was like, where do you guys think? And we said, let's do the beach one. So us girls like looked at it and we basically planned it and he okayed it.
I'd say the theme is vacations, do them. You can't afford them. You know it's going to be hell. Watch the movie Vacation before and after, just to solidify
prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself, and then confirm that it wasn't that bad.
But I mean, even if you can't go that far, let's say you just drove an hour to somewhere different, just staying in a hotel room. I remember a lot of those, and I remember a lot of birthday parties.
Yeah.
My parents would let us have a birthday party, get 2 bedrooms that had adjoining room. My parents would stay in one, and I could have girls in the other, and we would go swim. They would have an indoor pool. It was literally in town, in Omaha. And it was like the best ever.
That's
yes,
amazing.
we did that all the time, but it was like a staycation to that point. So you could just go to a hotel that had a water park or, take your kids somewhere. So it doesn't have to be fancy.
You're exactly right. And that you reminded me that I think that was a big catalyst for Ashley and why she really wanted to plan a family vacation.
Okay.
Because coming off of last summer, all of our little kids, we bought a boat, a speedboat, and we did all these things, and made a huge effort with our pool and all this stuff, laying it out there for the kids to do and to enjoy. And Ashley asked, going into fall, what was your favorite part of summer? And they all said, dancing and staying at that hotel in Albion. Albion's a small town in Nebraska, and we went to a friend's wedding there. And like that was their big thing, just like you said, driving about an hour north and staying at a hotel. And they just tore up the little dance floor there during the wedding. So, so it was like, okay, we need to get out and do some things.
You're right.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that it doesn't have to be that expensive.
Yeah.
If you get creative with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. Well, guess
vacations,
that's it. Yeah.
USA. Have a good one.
Well, I think a lot of people traveled this summer. So hopefully keep going in the fall. I don't know. Summer's the time to do it.
Well, school's about to fire up and sports and all the things.
Football.
Yeah, we're going to be back to the daily grind.
We'll get our updates from Andy here soon.
We'll have to wait till next summer.
Yeah.
All right. You guys got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. I'm going to shut it down.
Okay. Peace.
Later.